Hello, Jen. Welcome to the comeback seat.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here, and thank you for being a part of the comeback as a guest expert.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Can you tell the listeners a little bit about you and what brings you to the comeback seat today?
Sure. I'd love to. Well, my setback was not one big event. It was a compound of several things, like I was being held back by the influences of the standard American lifestyle, and I had a lack of education around health and how valuable your health is. And then I realized one day that I needed to take control, and I made my lifestyle change.
And how long ago was this?
It was close to 20 years ago, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay. So 20 years ago, you just woke up and said, I'm tired of, give us what you were mainly tired of, or what were you sick of? Like, tell us more about what you...
Sure. I was living in a stressful situation working for the corporate world, and I was 70 pounds overweight, high stress. I didn't get any sleep, maybe 4 to 5 hours a night. I had cystic acne. I was relying a lot on these foo-foo coffee drinks to stay energized, which are now I know are very unhealthy. And I was not active at all. I was also very unhappy and just trying to cover it up and just go through the motions of life. So in 2008 is when I had that epiphany of I need to take control and heal myself from the inside out.
Okay, and what kind of steps did you turn to someone?
I actually took it upon myself to educate myself about nutrition and the importance of holistic approaches, and especially movement. It was crazy the difference when I did start exercising, how my body felt. It was like, thank you for finally moving. So
thank you for healing from the inside out.
Yeah. So I did my own research and became very passionate about it. And everyone at work started noticing that I was making these changes, and they asked if I could help them. And so I decided that I would do a health challenge at work, kind of like Biggest Loser, but not exactly. And it was awesome. So many people started, changing these little daily habits that I was teaching them, and they all were making their lifestyle changes and were feeling great. So that was awesome. And then I just started working one-on-one with people without a formal education. It's just from what I had researched and taught myself. So moving forward, after working with these people one-on-one, I'm like, this is what I want to do with my life. This is what I'm super passionate about. So amidst all that, I was also going through divorce. And so maybe that was the unhappiness piece.
Okay.
With that divorce, I ended up meeting Gabe, my husband now, and with his support and encouragement, I believe that's what pushed me to leave the corporate world and start this journey to heal people. And I opened Live Wellness in 2012.
And where does Live come from? Where did that name? Where did you inspire?
So Live means life in Norwegian, and Gabe's grandma used to always say, "Your health is your wealth," and she is a Norwegian grandmother. So she said it in her special little accent, and it was super cute. And one day we were talking about, hey, what should we name the business? And I said, I want it to be relative to life. And so he's like, hey, what's Norwegian in what's life in Norwegian, and that's live. So it's live
Oh,
wellness. Yeah.
I like that. That's super creative.
It is, and it does. I mean, it's at the root of what I started this from. It's so important to value your life, and your health is one of your most valuable assets.
Definitely.
And if you disregard your health, then you have nothing.
Yeah. And what was the hardest part of your comeback?
I think that the hardest part for me was that I didn't make the realization until later in life. I wish I had taken control in my 20s instead of my 30s. So, but everything happens the way it's supposed to, and I'm a strong believer of that. And I probably wouldn't have met Gabe. And
Right.
yeah, so it's awesome. So I started Live Wellness in 2012, got my formal education, got all my credentials, and started working with people, healing them one-on-one and addressing their conditions as the individual. Rather than treating a symptom, I would go to the root cause.
Right. Whereas we always sign up with someone, a trainer, and they do the generic thing, and we're always hoping for the greatest outcome. Whereas you go in, you dive into DNA panel.
Yeah, so Live has evolved from me doing meal plans and personal training to now I'm dialing it in and doing labs and DNA analysis and genomics and considering everybody's individual situations. And it's made a huge difference. And I'm super excited for what's to come in this year and beyond.
Right. And what do you wish you knew now that you didn't know back then?
Getting the blueprint is key. Instead of guessing and trying to figure out, hey, let's try this and see if it works for you. I just love that I have that data now. Yeah. And honestly, it wasn't really available back when I started in 2012.
Sure.
Technology and science had advanced so much, and so it's available to us.
And what certifications I know you started out without, and then I've heard you tell me as pretty much a wellness architect.
Yeah, I like to call myself that. I'm an integrative health practitioner. I'm a nutrition expert, I say, because I have a certification in nutrition counseling, a functional nutrition certification, a holistic nutrition certification. So nutrition expert's a good way to term it. And I am a personal trainer also, as I'm phasing out now, just so I can focus all my time on this blueprint approach. So, and I'm currently studying and will continue to study the rest of my career.
Sure.
I love to learn. And right now with the genomics piece of it, it's a lot. It's a lot of information, but it's so intriguing to me. So.
And you talked about each individual has different needs, different plans. And like, for instance, my example, and you know how you said, I wish I started in my 20s, and I told you, I wish I met you 4 or 5 years ago when my situation happened, and you gave me a little lecture and helped me get out of that rut. But with my plan, you dialed in, you figured out I have Guillain-Barré syndrome, and you went from there, and you discovered way more things than a neurologist, a doctor, everyone. Why is that you can come in and do that and they don't take the time to do?
Well, that's the key word is time. That is, time is so valuable. And unfortunately, doctors don't have a lot of time. And that's where I come in. And I love working side by side with local doctors and naturopaths and helping them heal their patients. They just don't have the capacity. And I am that support team for the clients that they don't have going to the doctor. So I really like to sit down, take, as long as it takes to figure out what is the root cause of your problem. And the body heals as one unit. So if we can get to the root cause, then you are healed.
Right. And a lot of doctors, I've read articles where they're using chat. You cannot use chat with the with the DNA and all of that. You have to really dive into.
Yeah, I mean, it is helpful, but it's also ChatGPT does not know that person,
right?
And is not experiencing what they're experieing.
Yeah, they're not going to give us the blueprint of.
No, I'm in the room with the person.
Mm-hmm.
I can see what they're going through.
Right.
So it's time is so important. Your health is so important. Your time is also so important. And so I value that, and I take the time to work with people.
And you mentioned your husband, Gabe, and you guys met, and he was very supportive. Can you tell us a little bit more about your marriage and how that was so helpful?
Well, let's see here. We had met. We're both actually going through divorces, and we actually both ended up on unemployment, ironically, because I left my job in the corporate world and was doing my studying, and he closed his family business down at the same time. And so we were both on unemployment living at his parents' house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And now we're in his podcast studio.
Yeah. We went from zero to hero, let me tell you.
Wow. Okay.
So, and he's so supportive, so caring. And also, he is a big risk taker, and I love that about him. And it's taught me that it's okay to take a risk. As long as you believe in yourself and you're, heading towards your passion in life, it's okay. Take that risk.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have a great marriage. I love to hang out with you guys and see that. What are some of the takeaways you'd like listeners to go from this podcast and go, that really resonated with me? What would you like them to know?
I would like them to know that your health is your most valuable asset, and without it, you really don't have anything. And that it's in regards to physical health, emotional health, mental health, spiritual health. If you don't have that, then you're empty, right?
Yeah.
So, and also, this is what I tell a lot of my clients is you are what you eat, but you're also what you do and what you think and what you believe. And then going back to you are what you eat, you are what you eat, but you're also what you eat. It's where it came from, right? How it was processed, how it was grown, how it was made. So considering that, you want to really be mindful of the type of food you're consuming and make sure that it is organic and not laden with chemicals.
Right.
So
we'll have to add your favorite restaurants to the podcast when we.
Yeah, eventually. I'll be back on here a lot.
I love that. We want you on here.
Yes. And then small daily habits.
Okay.
They really do add up. Just take the time to implement them, and the outcome will be worth it.
Like, give us an example of one daily habit anyone should change. If I'm like lazy, what is one habit I could start doing in my house?
I just start being consistent with your sleep, and expose yourself to sunlight as often as possible. There's this new thing with biohacking, and the original biohack was exercise, just something very simple like that. And then nature provides these biohacks for us, but we've advanced in technology, and so we can have these tools and modalities to bring them to indoors instead of going outdoors, which is sad because, to be outside is key. But we're in an environment to where we're inside a lot, and we need these biohacks, these modalities to help us improve our health and our longevity.
Yeah.
And so something like red light therapy or sauna, cold plunge.
And can you define biohacking for those that do not know what biohacking is? It's basically what you just said.
Yeah, it's just where you're hacking your health.
Okay.
So you're just like doing these little shortcuts so that you don't have to put so much time, effort, and energy, but at the same time, how easy is it to go outside
Right.
and touch a tree and
Right.
breathe the fresh air?
Yeah.
So,
And your protocol with me, you were doing a red light and a pimp mat, and you had a protocol that included eating, obviously, a new diet and.
yeah, I don't like to say that word, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Diet.
What diet? What do we
Diet
say?
is not a good word. It means there's a beginning and an end.
Jan's plan?
The Jan plan.
The
yeah.
Jan plan. Okay.
Yeah.
Jan
or,
plan.
I mean, just, intentional eating.
Yeah.
And also, like, I like to say to eat food in its most natural state.
Okay.
And that, if you keep that in mind, you're gonna be avoiding those chemicals and the hormones and the antibiotics that are injected into animals and all of that.
And we'll have to do a podcast on that one.
Yeah.
I can see you. You know what you're talking about, and I've been to food facilities. I hear what you're saying.
Yeah, so circling back, I made these daily habit changes and changed my lifestyle. So I lost the 70 pounds of fat, and I got rid of my cystic acne. I was able to have energy without relying on coffee. My sleep patterns got so much better, and I was so much happier. And I just did the basics, ate right and exercised. And that's what the doctors tell us to do, right?
Yeah.
So I'm still working on my own health.
Yes.
And it's going to be an ongoing journey, but I think that should be the case with everybody.
You want to be happier.
Yeah, you should be intentional about how you live your life and, and just value.
And a lot of men, we want the quick fix. We want the Ozempic. We want the, I don't know what all the names are, and it's
on the rise. I mean, it's super popular right now, and I think it's going to continue to be a tool that is used. And I don't think it's bad. The GLP-1s, I think that they're good in some cases, and especially for longevity at microdoses. Mm-hmm. But if there are people out there who are falling for the quick fix, and I just advise people to get tested and work with a practitioner who can support you through using these peptides. So I have a whole protocol that's surrounding using GLP, and it's supportive so that you can come off of it and not gain back the weight. Mm-hmm. And you don't have to be on it forever and spend all this money forever.
Right.
And I just developed a program that's a combination therapy. It's super effective. I've had a few clients on it, and they feel great, and they have come off of the peptide.
That's awesome. And what is it about? What's your protocol? Just kind of a little glimpse of it. Well, I know there's much more.
Yeah. So you obviously have to continue to eat, mm-hmm. even though you're not hungry, and make it protein forward. So protein is your priority. And also you need to strength train, because otherwise you will lose your muscle. And my combination therapy, the supportive piece is not the peptides, but the supplements. So your body creates GLP naturally. So we're just enhancing that with the peptide injections, but you can also enhance it with supplements. And so that helps with the transition off. And I always advise people not to do the full dose, the clinical dose, but to do a micro dose. And it seems to be more effective in my experience.
Okay. And what are Jan's goals for 2026? Tell me about.
Oh, I'm not a big fan of resolutions, but I do have a couple goals for myself for this year. And one is to finish a cookbook that I've been working on for the last 10 years. It's funny. I do have a gift from God, and it is to create meals and recipes, and everybody loves my food. And I have a great friend, Jennifer, who is also a very wonderful cook. And I actually worked with her through one of her setbacks and helped heal her and taught her my ways of eating and recipes. And so we're coming together this year to work on this cookbook together. And I hope we get it finished by the end of this year. We had planned on last year, but it just didn't work. So that's one goal. And then another goal is for me to work on my spiritual health. It's kind of been put to the side, and I think it needs to be put in the front.
And what are you doing with that?
I am reading the Bible and hoping to start a women's Bible study. And Gabe and I have joined in with Reed Saunders and are going to walk alongside him in his mission and his ministry.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
And I'll have to talk to you because I just signed up for a women's Bible study that starts February 3rd if you wanted to join in. But
Sure, I'm game.
I know you and Gabe like your evenings together.
Hey, I got to get to sleep at the same time. Sleep consistency is so important.
Yeah.
I never stray from that. There was one period not too long ago where it was high stress for Gabe in his career path, and he wasn't sleeping. And so I dove deep into how can we fix this? And, we made sleep our main priority now. And as we age, we need that.
Well, you let me borrow a mat, the Pimp mat,
Yeah.
PEMF.
Yes.
And I told you when you got back, I said, I thank you so much. I slept so good. And we will be asking them to send us some for our podcast, but we'll see what the company says. But
Yeah, grounding mats are awesome. You can ground in nature just by laying on the grass or touching a tree or touching your feet to the dirt. But, a lot of times it's not easily accessible.
Yeah.
We're inside a lot.
Right.
But so having these devices, it's very helpful. And it's so healing. It gets you into that parasympathetic state, so where you're calm and not always ramped up.
Yeah.
And your body needs that. Your nervous system needs that. So back when I was going through my challenge, my nervous system was so dysregulated, it caused all those issues. I mean, my gut was a mess.
Yeah.
And it was because of my nervous system and my diet. But with those daily habits, I corrected all of that. And I mean, sure, I have stress now, but it's all good stress.
Yeah. And you're talking 20 years later, you say something that's key. You work on it daily. It's not a quick fix. It's
a lifestyle change.
It's a lifestyle
And when
change.
you're making a lifestyle change, you are working on it daily.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be intense or over the top. It's just being mindful of, hey, am I eating a balanced meal today? I'd like to tell clients to make sure you have something green with every meal. That's all you have to think about. Is there something green?
Yeah.
It can be an avocado. It doesn't have to be a piece of lettuce, right?
Yeah.
So, and just, hey, have I moved or have I been sitting all day long? Just these simple things. Just go back 100 years. What were people doing then? They were actually having to work for their food. And now we're just driving through drive-thrus and opening packages. That's horrible.
Yeah. You know what scares me, Jen, is our kids, our youth, and them growing up on these iPads and not even going outside anymore. And that scares me. And I want to say I thank you so much for being an option out there and a speaker. And because I worry about my own grandkids a lot and the technology. Do you think there will be a red light that will come through the iPads?
Yeah, actually, there is a screen cover
Oh,
that you
okay.
can put over your devices, and it will emit the red light and block the blue light, which is awesome. I'm so excited for that. And technology is great in helping us avoid these environmental disruptors and the toxins. But talking about kids, I wanted to mention that one of my main passions and my favorite clients to work with, all of my clients are my favorite. But
I thought I was your favorite.
yeah,
but,
you
okay.
are. But so I do love working with women who are having fertility issues and hormonal issues. And even I've had women come to me during their pregnancies, and I help them optimize their health so that their pregnancy is easy and the birth is easy, and then the child is already set up with these, nutrients in place to start implementing it into their upbringing. And so, if I just wish there was a clone of me and we can help so many people, but I'll take on however many people I can, and I am scheduling for March clients, so if anybody wants to get on the schedule.
Well, you have a wait list right now.
Yeah. So I'm
So
it's already pushed into March, and I take on, 5 to 10 clients at a time.
Okay.
For the month. So if you guys need any help with your health, if you want somebody to take a look at your conditions in more depth, you can go online, Jan, actually, it's liveoptimize.com, and you can email me at jan@liveoptimize.com.
Awesome. And I'll be putting that also with the
show notes.
Yeah, the link. So thank you so much, Jan, for sharing your story with us today. I am so excited to have you as a guest expert on the comeback seat. And you being in the seat was just a delight. I just really enjoy your time, and I always like hanging out with you, even though we were doing medical stuff or biohacking stuff. Or whatever.
No, it's awesome. I love your company. You bring a light to the room, and it just warms my heart.
Oh, thank you. The first time I met you was so funny because you have these stairs going down to your house, and we had to go. And I go, just pretend like we're drunk and I'm going home. And you're like, we don't drink, but okay, because I had to crawl up the stairs. But now I could walk up the stairs with what we've done to my body. I can walk up the stairs.
I definitely think you have improved from when you
100%.
first came to see me. So.
Yep.
And we're still working on it.
We're still working on it. My numbers keep getting better at occupational therapy with your red laser. And so we'll continue working on myself and work on you and work on the show. And I thank you. I will see your husband today, too, for our podcast together.
Yay.
In my garage. Not like this, but I'm excited for that. Anyways, anything else you want to tell the listeners today?
We got it all.
Okay. What is the name of your cookbook that's going to be out in 2026?
Well, 10 years ago, I was going to name it Healthy Convenience, but that's not very catchy. Jennifer and I are known for our sauces, and a sauce can complete every dish.
Ooh.
So maybe something along those lines, like make it saucy or something.
Yes. So send in what she should name her cookbook.
Yeah.
Send in some ideas.
Give me some tips.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Jan.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
This conversation is shared for educational and inspirational purposes only. The views expressed reflect personal experiences and opinions, are not intended to be medical, mental health, legal, or professional advice. If you are struggling or in need of support, please seek help from a qualified professional or a trusted resource.